Have you ever paused in the quiet of your own heart and wondered, where does a soul go when the body fades? What unseen currents carry it through the vast ocean of eternity, and how long does it linger before it returns to the shores of life? These are not mere questions, they are whispers from the depths of your spirit, tugging at truths you've always known but never dared to face. In the teachings of Chico Xavier, a humble messenger of divine wisdom, we find not answers carved in stone, but sparks of light that illuminate the shadows of our ignorance. Today you stand at the edge of a mystery as old as time itself, a revelation so profound it could shift the very ground beneath your beliefs. The world tells you reincarnation is a cycle, a tidy wheel spinning forever in predictable rhythm. But what if everything you've been taught is a half-truth, a fragile veil draped over a reality far stranger, far more intricate? Chico Xavier, with his gentle voice and piercing insight, spoke of souls not as cogs in a cosmic machine, but as travelers on a journey sculpted by love, pain, and unseen debts. How long does a soul wait before it dons the cloak of flesh once more? Is it days, years, or centuries, or does time itself bend under the weight of a soul's unspoken purpose? The answer is not what you expect, and it will challenge the very stories you tell yourself about life and death. Imagine a soul hovering in the silent expanse between worlds, carrying memories it cannot speak, lessons it cannot forget. What holds it back from returning? What invisible threads must align before it steps into the cradle of a new existence? Chico Xavier taught us that every life is a chapter, but not every chapter begins where the last one ends. There are pauses, sacred, mysterious pauses, where the soul confronts its own truths, its own shadows. The question is not just how long, but why. Why does one soul rush back to the earth while another lingers, as if bound by an unseen vow? You're about to uncover a secret that could unravel the way you see your own journey. This is not a tale of cold facts or sterile theories. This is a pilgrimage into the heart of existence, guided by the wisdom of a man who saw beyond the veil. Chico Xavier's words are not dogma, they are lanterns, casting light on paths we've forgotten how to walk. As you watch this video, you'll feel the weight of questions you didn't know you were carrying. You'll sense the pull of truths that have been waiting, patient and relentless, for you to claim them. But beware, to turn away now is to leave a piece of your own soul unanswered, a fragment of your destiny unexplored. The mystery of how long a soul takes to reincarnate is not just a question, it's a mirror reflecting the hidden corners of who you are. Stay with me, because in the next moments we'll peel back the layers of this enigma, step by trembling step. You'll discover not only how long a soul waits, but what it learns, what it seeks, and what it must surrender before it returns. Chico Xavier's teachings are a bridge between the seen and the unseen, and today you're invited to cross it. But know this, once you take the first step, there's no turning back. The revelation is coming, and it's closer than you think. Will you dare to meet it? What is a soul, if not a whisper of eternity caught in the fragile cage of time? Have you ever felt it? A tremor in your chest, a fleeting pang that knows no name, as if your very being remembers a place it cannot speak. Chico Xavier, with eyes that soar beyond the veil, taught us that the soul is no mere passenger in life's fleeting drama. It is a pilgrim, scarred and radiant, weaving through cycles of existence with purpose you've yet to grasp. How long does it take for such a traveler to return, to slip once more into the tender chaos of a human heart? The question is not idle. It's a blade, slicing through the comfortable lies we tell ourselves about death and rebirth. You're here because something in you aches to know, because the mystery of reincarnation is not a distant fable, but a pulse beating beneath your skin. The world would have you believe that souls spin like clockwork, returning in neat intervals, bound by rules we can chart and tame. But Chico Xavier's voice, soft as a prayer yet sharp as truth, shatters this illusion. A soul does not march to the rhythm of earthly calendars. It lingers, it wrestles, it waits, held back by debts unseen, by lessons unlearned, by love too heavy to release. How many nights have you lain awake, haunted by a longing you cannot name? That is your soul, whispering of journeys past, of pauses in the infinite where it faced itself in silence. The time it takes to reincarnate is not measured in years, but in reckonings. Moments when the soul stands naked before its own choices, trembling between freedom and return. Picture it now, a soul adrift in the vast silence, its light flickering with memories it cannot voice. What anchors it to the unseen? What invisible chains must break before it dares to breathe again in mortal form? Chico Xavier spoke of these intervals as sacred, not empty, spaces where the soul drinks deeply from the well of its own truth. Some rush back, driven by a hunger for redemption. Others linger, as if bound by a vow etched in starlight. Have you ever wondered why your heart clings to certain pains, why some wounds feel older than your years? The answer lies in the pauses between lives, where the soul learns to carry its burdens or lay them down. To know how long it takes is to glimpse the architecture of your own eternity. This is no gentle tale to soothe your mind. It is a fire kindled by the wisdom of a man who walked with spirits and wept with the living. Chico Xavier's teachings are not a map, but a mirror, reflecting the questions you've buried beneath the noise of daily life. How long does a soul wait? The question is a thread, pulling you deeper into a tapestry woven of sacrifice, longing, and unrelenting hope. You cannot look away now, for to do so is to abandon a truth that has been seeking you as fiercely as you seek it. Each word you hear draws you closer to a revelation that could shift the weight of your existence, a truth that hums in the silence between your breaths. Feel the tension rising, the quiet storm building within you. The soul's journey is not a straight path, but a spiral, circling ever inward toward a center you cannot yet see. Chico Xavier taught that every life is a question, every death an answer, and every pause a chance to become more than you were. How long does it take for a soul to reincarnate? The answer is not a number, it's a reckoning, a collision of will and grace that reshapes the very essence of who you are. You're standing on the edge of understanding, where fear and wonder meet. Step forward, because the next moment could be the one that changes everything. Have you ever caught yourself staring into the distance, as if searching for a memory that isn't yours? That fleeting ache, that unshakable sense of something left undone. It's the echo of a soul that has walked this earth before, carrying burdens you've yet to name. Chico Xavier, with his heart open to the unseen, taught us that reincarnation is not a mechanical return, but a sacred dance, choreographed by choices made in the light and shadows of countless lives. How long does a soul linger before it steps back into the fray of existence? The question is a spark, igniting questions you didn't know you held, questions that demand you stay, you listen, you feel. The world offers simple answers, dogmas that promise order, cycles that fit neatly into boxes. But Chico Xavier's wisdom cuts deeper, revealing a truth both beautiful and unsettling. The soul's return is not governed by time as we know it. It waits, sometimes for moments, sometimes for ages, bound by invisible threads of karma, love, and unspoken vows. Have you ever felt a stranger's face seem hauntingly familiar, as if your soul recognized theirs across a chasm of centuries? That is the weight of the soul's pause, the silent forging of connections that shape your path. To ask how long is to ask why you are here now, carrying the joys and scars you do. Imagine a soul suspended in the quiet between worlds, its essence a constellation of every tear shed, every hand held, every dream broken and reborn. What does it seek in that vast stillness? Chico Xavier spoke of these moments as trials of the spirit, where the soul faces its own reflection, not to judge but to understand. Some souls return swiftly, pulled by a purpose too urgent to delay. Others dwell in the silence, unraveling knots of pain too deep to carry forward. Have you ever wondered why some fears grip you without reason, why some desires burn brighter than logic allows? The answer lies in the soul's hidden pauses, where it prepares for the life you're living now. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It is a plunge into the raw, beating core of existence, guided by a man who saw the divine in every trembling soul. Chico Xavier's words are not a lecture. They are a call, urging you to confront the mysteries you've long avoided. How long does a soul take to reincarnate? The question is a key, unlocking doors within you that lead to truths both terrifying and radiant. You cannot step back now, for the pull of this mystery is stronger than your resistance. Each moment you linger here draws you closer to a revelation that could rewrite the story of your life. And yet, the spiral tightens, the questions grow sharper. Chico Xavier taught that the soul's waiting is not passive, but alive, a crucible where it forges the strength to face another life. How long does it take? It depends on what the soul must surrender, what it must embrace, what it must become. The answer is not a fact to be memorized, but a truth to be felt, a pulse that syncs with the rhythm of your own heart. You're not just watching, you're awakening, peeling back the layers of a mystery that has always been yours. Stay, because the next breath could be the one that sets you free. The soul, like a river, does not end where it meets the sea. It becomes the sea, vast and unending, carrying the echoes of every shore it has touched. You've walked with Chico Xavier's wisdom, felt the weight of questions that stir the depths of your being. How long does a soul wait, and what does it seek in the silent spaces between lives? These are not riddles to be solved, but lanterns, casting light on the unseen corners of your own journey. As you stand here, at the edge of this revelation, can you feel it? The quiet hum of a truth that has always been yours, waiting for you to claim it. The mystery of reincarnation is not a distant star. It is the pulse within you, the rhythm of a story that began long before your first breath. What lingers now is not an answer, but a feeling, a tremor of recognition that you are more than the fleeting moments of this life. Chico Xavier taught us that the soul's pauses are not voids, but crucibles, where pain is forged into wisdom, where love is tempered into strength. Have you ever sensed in a moment of stillness the presence of a self older than your years? That is the soul, whispering of its travels, its trials, its unrelenting hope. The time it takes to return is not a measure of delay, but of preparation, a sacred interval where you become ready to meet the life that awaits. You are not merely living, you are unfolding, a tapestry woven of choices made in starlight and shadow. And yet, the journey does not end here. It spirals onward, inward, toward a center you cannot yet name. The questions you carry, why this pain, why this longing, why this life, are not burdens but keys, unlocking doors to truths that shimmer just beyond reach. Chico Xavier's voice, gentle yet unyielding, reminds you that every soul is a spark of the divine, destined to burn brighter with each return. What will you carry into your next chapter? What will you release and what will you embrace? The mystery of how long a soul takes to reincarnate is a mirror reflecting not just who you were, but who you are becoming. Stand in that reflection now and feel the weight of its gaze. Here is the truth that binds it all, a whisper from the heart of eternity. You are never lost, only finding your way home. This is the spark Chico Xavier left for us. Not a doctrine, but a promise that every soul, no matter how weary, is held in an embrace vaster than time. Let this truth settle into you like a stone dropped into a still pond, sending ripples through the quiet of your days. You've glimpsed the unseen, felt the pull of a journey that transcends the flesh. What will you do with this knowing? Will you let it fade, or will you let it grow, a seed of light in the soil of your soul? The choice is yours, and it is sacred. So pause here, in this moment of resonance, and let your heart speak. If this journey has stirred something within you, if it has awakened a question or a memory, let it live on. Like this video, not as an end, but as a bridge to others who seek the same truths. Share it, that its light may touch another soul. Comment below, and let your voice join the chorus of those who dare to ask. Subscribe and step into a community bound by wonder, by the courage to seek what lies beyond. This is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater, something you were always meant to find.